Hi folks, welcome to Local Film Talk, the show where we talk to local filmmakers about the projects they're working on. I'm your host, Bob Walters, and this week we have quite a few guests. We're talking to the makers of the web series Frequency, very popular, award-winning. At the moment, we have series creators Piper Kessler and Monique Velasquez, and we also have series star Meredith Salzy. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening. Good evening.
It is a little creepy, isn't it? So go ahead and tell us. The show has been around for a couple years now. Tell us what it's about and how you guys got started with it.
Let's see. Well, I'm a big Lost Girl fan, and I got a little obsessed with Lost Girl. And on the Twitter and everything else, folks were saying scenes that they wanted to see on Lost Girl and all that. So I started playing around and came up with this idea for a series. And so it's kind of it's a little hero-ish, a little Lost Girl-ish, continuum-ish. And but folks have special abilities, and it's also a love story.
It's a unique story. It's actually a lesbian love story, which is not something you see a lot on TV, web series, or whatever. So that must draw a unique audience in and of itself, right?
I think it probably draws a unique audience.
Well, you know,
you were telling me the other day that it. No, go ahead.
Now, one of the things about Lost Girl is that they have this storyline. It's kind of a love triangle going on in season 1, and the lead is a succubus. So there's this idea that the sex is kind of important to the character's being, but one of the persons in the love triangle is a woman, so it's a man who's also a wolf and a human doctor. So there's kind of that element that is why we're fans of Lost Girl, but also one of the things that we thought we could capitalize on for Frequency. It does give us a unique audience in that, Piper's a big consumer of media on the web, and she really does kind of ferret out quite a few lesbian love stories. I mean, she was watching these German soap operas and these
Verboten Liebe.
Yeah,
She was telling me about those. Yeah.
South American, lesbian love stories
in Spain
on YouTube. So she knew that there was this audience, and she knew that there were like hundreds and thousands of people just like her trying to find these stories. So that's one of the things that kind of brought us Frequency to the idea of being on the web as a serial.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it gives you a lot more freedom, and it seems like kind of an underserved market. So it seems like you guys have really found a good niche.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I would want as a consumer. So,
right.
It's easy being a lesbian to write lesbian.
Much like you know. So you guys came up with the idea and started writing. This would be about 3 years ago, I guess. You started working on the show.
So we actually shot, 2012. We shot a short. I had the idea of something before and something after this short, but I knew we could get a short done. And we filmed a short in, I think it was one day. We had to end up doing a small scene later, but and that's the end of season 1. Is the first thing we ever filmed, and so we did that, and then Intersect. Thank you.
Yeah, so episode 10, season 1.
And the actors were kind enough to want to continue to play with me, so they're crazy. So we did the series because it's an odd little short. If you think about that episode 10, season 1, and you see it, you're like, there's something before, and that there's something after. So.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, that was really cool as far as doing Intersect, and we wrapped the short, and I think all of us who were involved actor-wise, wanted to make it into a series. You know, we all were trying to encourage them to make it into a series, and we were all in for free, you know.
It didn't take much encouragement, if you noticed.
Yes, for us. It did not take much encouragement.
We were just glad, you know, you wanted to do the one short, and, you know, to do the series. That was amazing and generous, and, you know, I'm still very, very grateful for the talent that came along, Meredith and Lisa and Tony and Kat, you know, our main core of characters.
Your cast is really fantastic. So now is season 1, episode 10, the original short? Is that actually episode 10, or did you reshoot it for the series?
No, we didn't reshoot it. It is actually episode 10.
The only thing we did was we pulled. Yeah, I mean, we pulled the title down.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that we changed. And credits.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think if you go through, sorry, but I think if you go through the series, you'll realize, like, in episode 10, you're like, wow, her hair is a lot different than it is in the previous episodes.
always
Nobody notices.
No, it's sci-fi. The hair changes.
That's right, just like the phone.
Yeah.
We'll just blame it on the 80s.
There you go. Time travel, it's great.
Don't blame the 80s.
So you guys, you did the short, which is now episode 10. Tell us about how you came across your actors, I guess specifically Meredith, since she's here to discuss, and Meredith can tell us what attracted you to the role and working with these guys.
Well, when we started this, Monique had always been on me. I've got a lot of stories, screenplays, and we've never done anything with them. And Monique was like, "Why are we not doing this?" And I said, "Because I don't know any actors." And she was like, finish the short, and it will happen. We'll find
Boy, has that changed. Now you're inundated. Sorry. So sorry for you.
I like actors. So it ended up that a good friend of ours, he put it on us. He was like, "You guys need to finish. You need to do a short. You need to do something." And so he was like, "Well, my niece will be in it." And his niece was an actress, and she plays. Name
Jackie.
is Jackie. Wow.
The character is Jackie.
And so we got her, and then
so we had this one thing that we had one out of the 4 characters. It was like, okay, we got one. Let's see what happens now.
So then we
had a couple of weeks to make this work.
Yeah. So we got with Ishmael because we knew we were going to need help filming it, and Ishmael. We sat down in a coffee shop, he read the script, and he said, "Have you cast the lead?" And I said, "No," and he goes, "I worked with somebody, she'd be perfect for this, let me ask her." And then he gave me Meredith's name, and I was like, wait a minute, because I'd already been on Facebook looking at everybody who I knew who had actor friends.
Ooh, and I didn't know about this.
I had seen Meredith on Facebook that was friends, and I was like, well, she looks like she could probably play the part. And so, I mean, it was the next day that we sat down with Ishmael, and Ishmael said Meredith's name, and I was like, okay, this is freaky, because I don't know that Ishmael was friends with you at the time, Meredith. I'm not sure on Facebook.
But
I'm not sure.
And Ish
it was
had
right around the time of Foodie. It was right after Foodie.
Foodie, yeah.
That was my point there. So he had just worked with the cast of Foodie, and I think a lot of those folks end up as, you know, supporting for us too in Frequency. So, but so
well,
what was it like?
That had a lot of your people in it, because it also ended up having what's his name? The guy. He was the chef.
Tony
Hughes.
Tony was in Foodie as well.
Yes, right. And we had actually done a short with Tony before, so we knew Tony. But yeah, Tony was.
So you did know an actor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew him as we knew one.
We didn't know how serious an actor he was. We picked him up in Elmo's.
Because Monique asked him, she was like, "Are you an actor by any chance?" And
I loved his voice.
"Yeah." And he was like, "Yes, I am." And then we found Lisa because I was Facebook friends with Lisa, but I didn't know Lisa. And we became friends. She had said happy birthday to me, and I had vaguely remember, I was like, I don't know who this person is, and I looked, and it had said that she had studied acting. And so when we were doing this, I was like, wait a minute, I have a Facebook friend who's an actress. I know I do. And I looked through, and I found her.
Happy birthday once, and we became friends.
What's that?
She said happy birthday once, and you became friends. If anybody out there wants to be friends with Piper on Facebook, just wish her happy birthday.
But I messaged her, and I didn't get a response. And I was like, okay. Well, it ended up, she didn't know at the time, she wasn't really savvy with Facebook, and she didn't realize she had gotten a message from me. And so she checked her messages much later and then contacted me and said, I am interested if you're still willing to do it. If I can still do, and I was like, we're filming in, what was it, 5 days, and I had asked a very good friend of mine to play the part who had done acting in high school, and she didn't really want to do it, and I said, it's okay, you're just going to be laying on the ground most of the time, dead. And so
well, at the time you told her it was just going to be a short. I just need you for this short film.
It was just going to be a short. And so yeah, Lisa showed up. And let us make her look like she was beat up and shot, and she posted the pictures on Facebook, and her friends were like, someone needs to take you to a hospital. And I said, you didn't tell anybody you were filming this weekend? So we looked horrible. We were horrible people for just leaving her on the ground like that. That was fun.
Oh man. So what made you, Meredith, when they got you the script, what made you interested in the part?
Yeah, Meredith, what made you?
Well, I mean, a lot of things. One was that I was really hungry as an actor, and it was a great part. Claire is very strong, and the fact that she is clairvoyant is pretty fucking awesome, you know. So yeah, I wanted to play the part. And
drink more wine, Meredith.
What do you mean? I've only had a couple of sips.
It's the internet. You can swear all you want. Okay.
I wanted to branch out. I'd done mostly theater, and I'd done some films, but I never had projects like come full circle and get finished. And because Ishmael Abdulkhalik introduced me to them, I was like, well, let me just give this a go. And so, boy, did it come for full circle, 3 years later. It's really pretty cool.
It's still working its way around.
Yeah, it's been great.
Well, that's really cool. So you did the short, and then I guess everybody had such a great time, and the response to the short was pretty huge, I guess. You decided you wanted to do a series?
I mean, we got a pretty good response, and I don't know about huge. I mean, because it was local. We showed it local, and we felt like we were getting a lot of support from the community, and we had these great actors, and we knew it would be a lot of fun. And so we started it, and then after we started it, Monique was diagnosed with breast cancer, and then it was a thing of kind of, to be honest, I think we continued and pushed through because it became a huge release for us. It was very, we didn't, it was a nice thing to focus on, I guess. I don't know, I mean, you'd have to, but we pushed.
To take your mind off, right?
Yeah, and I mean, we got so much support from the community then also for that. It was that, folks were, helping me out while she was going through surgery and everything, bringing us food and just taking care of us. And then I think it gave the community an opportunity to help us in a different way where they could see us and hang out with us, and we were working toward a goal, And so we had that, and we ended up shooting 3 seasons, and so we got through that, and now we're hoping to get through season 4.
Mhm. Well, that's fantastic, and just to clarify for the audience out there, you're doing much better now, right, Monique?
Oh yeah, I've been, sort of through the hard part of chemo where they try to kill you, and then they left me alone, which is great because that means I got better after they stopped trying to kill me.
Well, that's really good to hear. We're glad to hear that you're feeling better, and you've got this project to show for all your hard work. So we're all very happy and very proud for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. One of the things that we are doing now is this April 23rd show at Motorco really is to help us get to the other side of the goal line, and it's been really hard to sort of be done with the production, because when there was production, it's like, oh, we got to edit, we got to get an episode out. So you kind of were reminded that this process is ongoing. And now that we're done with production, it becomes a very far memory that we have to do this. Luckily, our fans are kind of knocking on the door and emailing and making comments. Yay, when's the next episode? Which is really very nice as a reminder. And that's why we've
got production dates on the calendar and everything. It's it keeps it in the forefront of your mind. But once everything's shot and it's just a bunch of files on the computer, it's easy to say, I can't deal with that right now.
Yeah, let me just interject and say, do you remember what I just said about coming full circle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things didn't need to get finished, so I'm knocking on your door too.
Yeah. The biggest thing too is to make sure that the talent that the crew talent, the actors that came out. We want to make sure that we get this on screen and that we promote this, and we get eyeballs on this, and that's why we're sending it to the web festivals and trying to get these binge watch parties like we're doing at Motorco. So that people can get eyeballs on it and see the talent that's out there. And, we did this as much for them as it was for us.
Right. Yeah, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention some of the awards you guys have won. Frequency's won a couple different awards. Tell us about those.
You're on.
Well,
it's closing time.
Well, we haven't really won any awards other than being selected to Miami in 2014 and LA in 2014, and then Miami again this year.
That's a small feat. That's something to be proud of.
Yeah, we're really very happy to have that exposure and have the opportunity to have to be up there with some really great web series that have gotten international acclaim.
Mm-hmm. Official selection is still a set of laurels. That counts.
It does.
So yeah, one of the reasons that I wanted to get you guys on was to talk about this screening you've got going on at Motorco. Tell us a little bit about that event, what people can expect to see there.
So it's April 23rd at Motorco in Durham. And the plan is we're going to show season 1, season 2, season 3. We will show season 3, and we'll show an episode that has not aired on the internet yet. We're going to start at the doors open at 6 o'clock, but we're going to start at 6:42. 42 being an important number. And
number. If you don't get that, you can stop the episode right now.
Right. So, and we'll have our hosts. We've asked our friends from the Lowdown Show, Tracy and Matthew Coppage, to MC for us. We'll have some trivia as we kind of transition from disc to disc, and we're hoping to do something fun with a couple of actors that's will just it'll just be a surprise when you get there. It's about 8:30-ish, 8:30, 8:45, somewhere in that window.
Something fun.
Something fun will be happening there.
And Meredith and Lisa will be there.
I said we can expect to see Meredith there?
Yes, Meredith and Lisa will be there.
Dude, I will so be there.
And a lot of the crew will be there. And some of the actors, they're trying to finagle, some of the other actors are trying to finagle their schedules. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be tough to find the time for events like that, but this is, this is a special one. Is the purpose of this? Are you just trying to get the word out there? Are you trying to raise funds to finish post-production?
It's multi. We are trying to do all the above, trying to get the word out. We would like to start doing some binge watching events at other places. So if you have a venue and would be interested in having us come, we would be more than willing to do some binge watching. And we're going to run an Indiegogo campaign, and this is to finance finishing season 4. And season 4, this is a story arc, and there is a finale, and so season 4 will be the end of Frequency.
Okay. It turns out they were all dead and the monster was just black mist, right?
What's that? I'm sorry.
I said it turns out that they were all dead already and the monster is just black smoke, right?
Dang it!
Hey, don't ruin it now, Bob.
Sorry. This is what happens when you show me the script ahead of time and, I just blab.
You don't even know how many times I killed each of the actors off. Not the actors, I should say. The characters.
Yeah. Watch your mouth.
They bring that up a couple times in the show. They say, oh, man, I killed that guy like 4 times already. And I'm like, oh, did I miss that? Backstory, okay.
There are some characters that have been killed a few times. There's...
Yeah, I was really hoping that they would kill me, but then wake me back up in the 80s.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah,
she was vying for that. Yes,
I really was. I wanted to do the whole 80s claw bang, with the day glow and whatnot, but
guys, nobody keeps dying but me. When are you gonna kill me?
If the audience were to demand it and want to support Meredith or Claire in being in the 80s, we could maybe do a season 5. Maybe.
Oh.
Do I sense a viewer poll at this event?
Yeah.
Oh, hands. Who wants to see a season 5? We need to see Claire die.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah, we'll look into that. I don't know if the actors would stick with me for a season 5. I don't know that I could. I don't know.
You've had enough of us, eh?
No, of course not.
Well, that's really cool. It sounds like an awesome event. I've seen most of the show. I actually got held up. I was going back and rewatching everything. I was actually using the YouTube app on the Roku a couple days ago, catching up watching YouTube videos in the living room, and I got hung up at the last episode of season 2. And it's funny because we were talking about this at the meetup a couple days ago, Piper. I got hung up because I wasn't signed into an account, and I get to the last episode of season 2, and it's somebody went in and flagged it as inappropriate, and so I wasn't allowed to watch it without signing in.
I mean, we're not sure, Bob, that you are over 18, or 18.
Yeah, probably.
Really? Someone flagged it?
Yeah, it was flagged and as inappropriate, and so unless you are signed in and you are said you are over 18, you can't watch that episode, which is absolutely fascinating to me.
Yes, and if you are interested, you should totally go to that episode and watch it.
Many people have. That one has a very high view count.
It does have a very high. We'll say that.
All the episodes where the thumbnail is Meredith and Lisa kissing.
Yes. I love when we're on set and I would get the comment of, I know it's going to be the thumbnail. Yeah. I love having actors that are marketers, too.
Well, I'm definitely hoping to finish getting caught up And I encourage anybody else who hasn't seen the series to either go ahead and check it out or save the date and go check it out at the Motorco event. Is there anything else you guys wanted to tell about the event? Is there a cover charge or anything like that?
We are asking for a $5 donation,
Okay.
and
We're going to have season 1 and 2 discs for sale. And
Oh, that's new, right?
Really?
You guys haven't had discs before, have you?
no,
No.
not at all.
Okay.
I wasn't going to commit to that yet. I'm surprised
it's a
you said it out loud.
It's a YouTube world. Who really buys discs anymore? So we'll have that, and we'll have a couple T-shirts available. We'll see what we have in stock, because we're not going to get our merchandise in before, I think.
Yeah, we probably won't have it for this particular binge watch. We'll have a few T-shirts, but we'll have more merchandise later on. And we are working on a tax deductible donation to be announced. So we'll have that on. What are we frequency? Which website are we going to announce that on? But the other thing is our channel on.
You're going to announce it on this one, on my channel right now. You just did.
Okay.
On KV Works 1 is our YouTube channel. We're also on Blip. And Blip, you can, I'm just putting it out there, you can watch that last episode of Season 2 much more easily.
You don't have to be signed in.
You don't have to be
Don't
signed
type in your birthday.
Right.
Right. So I'm just putting that out there.
Just a way to skirt the system for everybody out there, all the 14-year-olds in the audience.
There you go. I never said that. But it's not explicit. You should see the list on YouTube of what is considered explicit.
Oh, it's amazing, and I definitely want to. I definitely want to have a whole conversation with you, guys sometime about, the different, like you said, what counts as explicit content, the copyright issues you run into the show, because that's a whole fascinating conversation in and of itself.
Yeah, and we're getting close to 5 million views, so.
Congratulations! That is quite a milestone.
So.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I don't know how. I can't remember how many we have on Blip. I haven't added them. So. That's terrible.
Well, that is really awesome, you guys. Congratulations, and I'm looking forward to the screening. I'll try to be there. Everybody else, both our viewers, I encourage them to go there too. And I hope you guys have a great turnout. So, and many future screenings in the future. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of Season 3 and Season 4 as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of all of Season 4 too.
Me too.
Well, thanks for having us on here and letting us talk about our thing. So I really appreciate that, and that you're going, you're putting this show out as regular as you are. So thanks.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me. I'm always happy to help spread the word about people's the great projects they're working on, and yours is definitely up there. One of the more well-known ones in the area. Everybody's always like, oh yeah, Frequency. That's a big draw around here.
It's that lesbian thing, right?
Yep. It's got those thumbnails that just draw your finger in. You got to click. Well, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing what you guys got coming up next.
Awesome.
All right.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Take care.